We've started.
All right. Welcome back, man. Woo! Episode 13 on reality. A boss again. Talk to them, bro. Let them know what's up.
Yeah, I don't know. This is dope. It's so much fun to do. And the topic today that we're just gonna freestyle about is dreaming. I got a good question just to start it off.
Okay.
Do you think it's corny when people say like when people say their dreams out loud? Like, because I'm gonna be honest, maybe growing up, if I heard somebody say like some ridiculous shit out loud, it was almost like I'm like, okay, it's good to have a dream, right? But at the same time, I'm like, I, I was on like I'm indifferent to the person achieving it, but my hater brain definitely came out. Sometimes I was just like, people just talk a lot, you know?
All right. Just took in. You're talking about like someone having a goal dream. Like I have a dream of achieving something crazy. Not
Yeah,
like sleeping dream, waking up and telling you about their
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah, like a goal dream.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool,
because
cool.
okay, a good example of this is like Kanye. Like
Yeah.
before he knew what he was gonna be, he already knew what he was gonna be.
Right.
You know, and saying that stuff out loud, sometimes people think this. Okay, do you think that's? Do you think people saying it out loud? I'm not saying now, because obviously the mindset's different.
Yeah.
But like, when you're not used to that stuff and somebody just tells you out loud like their dream, it's like, I don't want to be a hater, but to be honest, I've been
No, we're haters, man.
a
Don't
silent
get so
a
si-
silent
yeah.
hater. I will never shit on someone's dream.
Yeah.
But shit changed when I had my own dream, because I realized like how scary it is to say your own dream out loud. And the fact that somebody could say their dream out loud, to me that's like, now it's the opposite. It's inspirational and stuff. Like, do you think saying your dream out loud, like, what has been like your journey hearing people say their dreams out loud?
I think it's very, very important you do say your dream out loud.
Yeah.
I think it creates a sense of accountability, responsibility, fear, because people see it and people know. And a lot of people hold back on that type of stuff. So to hear you say it, like how you said, sometimes you don't even expect it or want it to come out, but your hater side will come out. That's
Mhm.
other people as well. And that's because someone's doing something that you know you can't do. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
even talk about it. Like just say, yo, I'm doing this.
Yeah. Also, I want to say like it's reformed. Like, I don't think like that anymore. And the doubts that come in my mind when somebody else says their dreams, it's because the doubts I have about my own dreams. It's not about their dreams, you know? It's almost selfish.
I said before episode 2 was when you set out to accomplish something, there was a lot of steps in place. Even before you take the first step towards your goal, and even saying your goal. Let's say that's the first step, saying your goal, or even realizing what your goal is. There was a lot you had to deal with inside, internally, to create that, all right, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So then when you do take that step and other people see you, they're going to remind you of things that you already dealt with in your head. Like, what about this or that? Or you got to do this or take care of this or make this amount of money or do whatever you need to do, right? You can't do that. You can't. And it's like you already dealt with that. So it's like you're versing yourself when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you take that step, the person who you used to be is going to come out through other people.
Yeah.
But if you don't take that step and someone else starts saying their goal, that
Yeah.
hater side comes out, because it's like that's supposed to be you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't take that step and seeing other people do it, you're going to become that same hater that you're afraid of when you take your own step.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, I get it. Like, if somebody says their dream and stuff, and like you know how to say your dream, both of you just leveled up at the same time. It's like opens up a whole world of conversation. Like, it's one where you actually believe in yourself. You don't have to drag somebody down with your energy, just being like, what if, you know? One of the biggest, for me, example of it is like, you're talking about the hater mentality behind it. There's another mentality. It's like saying your dream out loud, right? There's always a what if. What if I don't accomplish it? You know? It's like, are you going to feel like, for myself, I feel like if I said something out loud, like a dream, and I didn't accomplish it, it's like there's so much shame attached to it. But that's not even a mindset that you could have to have a dream.
Well, that's why you're supposed to say it, because there's no pressure if you don't. Because
Why?
you're scared to accomplish it, so you don't want to say it out loud just in case you do fall. You don't want others to know. You don't want others
Yeah.
to see you fall.
Yeah.
But
Is
when
that
you
you
start
think
putting
that's what
yourself
it
out
is?
there-
Like others see you fall? Because that's crazy, because I think that's true. But in my head, the other hijacked my brain, and maybe I think like that's myself. Like if I'm ashamed of others, if I say my dream out loud, and I'm ashamed that other people will look at me different if I don't accomplish it. To me, almost my own brain has been hijacked in the sense that when I talk to myself in my internal dialogue, all of a sudden I'm feeling shame for my own dream, even if I don't say it out loud. It's just the pressure is so heavy.
All right, hold on. What is your dream?
Well,
What
we
is
both
the
gotta
dream?
do this then.
What is? What do you, well, I'm kind of doing my dream right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, what?
No, but you gotta like.
yeah, I know what
like,
you're
you
saying. I
gotta
know what you're
give,
saying. I
like,
know what you're
the
saying. What
mission
is?
statement or not mission statement?
What
just
is your dream?
goal,
You know what's funny actually? Because I
Yeah.
was coming from my apartment, so me and my cousin were talking, and one of the guys there that they do music in one of their rooms, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And after my cousin was like, "Oh, Isaiah's going to the studio." I said, "Oh, okay, cool. So he's gonna sleep in the studio, and you're gonna sleep here." And he's like, "Nah." I'm like, and I said, "Nah, I'm going there to put in work." Like, what are you talking about? He's like, "Oh, you make music now? I didn't even know." I'm like, "Nah, like something different." He's like, "Like what?" And after my cousin's like, "Oh, he does a podcast." He's like, "Oh, what are you trying to be?" And I said, "The next MLK."
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Bro, what the?" And he started laughing, but I didn't even know why I said that. Anyways, I just said it.
No, that's great.
But like,
Yeah,
low key, that's in my head though. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
great.
Like,
No, that's
people that talk like that, that's kind of what I look at.
yeah.
But
Do you think he meant it negatively, or was it just
no,
like,
it was
took
just
him back?
unexpected.
Yeah,
Like, you just
yeah,
first he didn't even know that I did anything,
yeah.
but then he's like, "What?" Like, I'm
Yeah.
okay. You know what I'm saying? But back to it though. Let's not lose topic. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
go off track. What is this dream?
Yeah. Also, okay. Yeah. The dream, but before that, the
Okay.
MLK thing, you should be allowed to say that. Like, if that's your intention and that's what you put your soul into, you have to be able to say it. You know? I don't have that level of confidence at all. I want to. I want to be able to be like, yeah, like I really believe in myself. Okay. My dream, I want to make, there's like almost tiers to it, but like the lowest tier, the one that I would admit publicly, right, is like making a living from doing music. Like that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I want to release my own music. Obviously, that's gonna be that's a thing. We even like I played you some stuff. We talked and stuff, and like I finished one of the songs that you played me. I wrote it. I haven't recorded it yet, right?
Yeah.
But my dream that I will admit outwardly is I want to be able to make a living from music, not just a living. Like I want to level up as I get older and older, right? I want to have a nicer studio. I want to have a wider array of like instruments. I want to have a better skill set. I want to think
Okay.
bigger. And like when you say I want to be like MLK, like to me, somebody who inspires me where I'm like, I want to be like them. This is like I would say in the last few months, because I don't know, I just get inspired off a lot of stuff. But somebody like Rick Rubin, you know, I get heavily inspired by. And it's like, I would love to be that type of person who's able to just talk to people and like we could work on stuff and we create something beautiful, because he has a superpower for being able to listen and talk and guide thought patterns and just have the musical ear to make it manifest it as something that's like tangible and changes the world. So
is this still the lowest tier?
no, I kind of like
Okay, you started
yeah,
rising
yeah,
up. You
my
started
bad.
rising up. No,
Yeah,
cool.
it kind of
Go.
climbed up. I just lost myself.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but I want what's at the top.
what's the pinnacle?
It's where I get to make the change myself. You know, I want the energy I feel. I want to introduce it into the world, and I want that energy to permeate. You know, through everything, through whatever like needs it. You know, and like, mostly like for myself, like when I think of musically and stuff, like there's things that make me feel so fucking like cool and stuff. Like when I listen to a song like Crew Love or something, right? It's like that song, that's never gonna be me. But like that song is like just such a dope song. For me, what I line myself up more with is somebody like Kid Cudi or something, who also makes like crazy dope shit, but it's like his content is more to deal with his mental state and his point of view at life and stuff.
Yeah.
And also he has a higher caliber for not giving a fuck, because my favorite project by him is Beating Bullet to Heaven 2. And when that album was released, it was not well received. Like there's internet reviewers and stuff like Anthony Fantano. Yeah. And he gave it a 0, I think. And like I was just I was reading, like I was on old ass Reddit threads the other day, and I was reading like after the album dropped how people responded. People are like, this fucking sucks. This to me, I've never read that, because like for me that album, when at my lowest state, it's like I go to that album and it's got some healing quality to it or something, and like it helps me so much with just being able to process my feelings and stuff. But for me, I would want to be able to do shit like that, where it's like,
how old were you when you found this album?
Probably 20. First time I heard it, probably like 20, but like the first time I heard it, like where like it just screamed at me, it was 22. Like it, and ever since then, it's been, that album has just been, had a huge, profound impact on my life. And then, I don't know, there's a lot, I listen to a lot of music. Like last year I think I had more than 3,000 different artists listen to, maybe more than that, but like just thousands and thousands of songs and stuff. So like my brain goes through a lot of music. So like I trust myself when I say like this is something that resonated with me, because it's like obviously you listen to so much stuff and it's all gonna sit with you differently. Like I'll have songs that I'll play, but like there's always stuff you go back to.
So when it comes to hitting that lowest tier, get into that first tier, what do you think the blockades are right now? What's stopping you from putting out that first track, that first EP, the first project?
It's my brain. It's that, when it's funny, because like it's a micro tier of the dream, like it's that same thing, that fear, that shame, that feeling that maybe I'm not good enough. All that stuff is clouding, and it drives me insane. Like I'm just way too sensitive to it. And then also I know everybody on the planet likes different types of music and stuff. So it's like, it's also weird that like I might show somebody I'm so proud of it, and like to them it might not resonate. Like that feeling to me is a scary feeling, but it's not. I realize I just need to create in isolation and deal with the rest later. It's not in my control. All I could do is just be myself.
Let me tell you something. The last episode I just dropped. Because before this, we were talking and you were telling me that me waiting until like the right episodes or like the great episodes, or me to get that mindset that I could put out anything and not care, that's resistance. And how if I have something that I think people should hear, no matter the consequences of the backlash, I should put it out, because there are people that need to hear it. So now when I'm thinking in my head, okay, Mantle and Circus, all right, those are spoken words. Those are things that I know were well received by a lot of people, so I have confidence putting that out.
Yeah.
Artisan Explosion, my literal mindset was, there are people who actually believe in me.
Yeah.
You, for example, and others to speak of. There are people who actually support me and need to hear this.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would do well, but my thought process was, nah, like I need to set an example and I need to be consistent. So I remember Jordan Peterson said something like, if you have one force pushing you back and one force pushing you forward, that's not going to work. You need to have, like, how you really make progress in your life is when you have two forces pushing you forward. Yeah. So you have that goal, you have that dream in the distance. Focus your eyes on that. Yeah. And put your fear behind you. Yeah. Because right now your fear is in front of you. Put your fear behind you. It's like, oh, I have fear of what this person will say, or how the world will receive my music, or this or that, or is this good enough, or am I good enough? It's like your fear of God created you to be something. Yeah. I fear not becoming who I'm supposed to be. Yeah. I fear not giving 100%. I fear letting down people who actually believe in me, who actually support me. Yeah. Because do you care if 10 people hate it, but you have me, maybe your siblings, maybe your girl,
Yeah.
these people say, nah, like, this is amazing. I need you to put this out. Like, who do you care about more? Like, the people who believe in you and support you and who will love whatever you do,
Yeah.
or those people that are going to hate because they just don't understand it yet.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people might come around later on, too.
Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Like, yeah, maybe like that shows a lot about my character to myself. Like, why would I even care if somebody doesn't know me at all? Like, what do I need to prove to them? But it's also like I've learned of imposter syndrome and stuff, like feeling like a fraud, you know? And that's another thing with music. I feel like a lot of people, I don't know. I just feel like maybe for me, a lot of things in life started happening a bit later. So it almost makes me feel like I got to give time for experiences and I got to give time for things to occur because even like, dude, like like it's not a delusion. Like the way it literally started, speaking of dreams, is like I was having reoccurring dreams. Just regular mute, not regular mute, but like I was just depressed, mute.
Daydreams or sleeping?
No, sleeping.
Okay.
Like I would literally dream, like the way those dreams came to me, it was like they were ethereal and they're almost like orchestra-ish and stuff, and like there was a lot of gold and blue. Like it almost felt like the classic like heaven photo.
This is
you
tripping me out right now. You're talking about this is trippy, dog. Keep talking.
Yeah, and like I would have these dreams and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a producer. I said I'm gonna be a producer, like 2 people, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So one day, like I just sat down and it was probably like 2 p.m. and I just downloaded FL Studio, just started figuring it out and stuff. And like that day, my best friend, he's like, yo, this evening we're going to a party. And I would never leave my room. Like this dude would force me out of my room and stuff. But anyways, 10 p.m. and this dude just bursts into my room. I'm living in student housing. I did like a short stint in student housing. But he burst into my room and he's like, dude, what the fuck? You know? Oh no, sorry. That's a different day. I'm mixing up. What he did was he blew up my phone. He blew up my phone, and he messaged me so many times. I had no clue. The next time I had like recollection after 2 p.m., I looked at my phone. And it was like 10:30. He was like, "Dude, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you?" and stuff. And I had to give him a call. And I'm like, "Dude, I lost myself. I didn't even realize I lost a whole day." But like ever since that day, it's like if there was like stats like for averaging how many hours a week you spend producing and stuff, like I capped out. Like I would do it until I would have like my ears ringing and it would be so much pain, and I'd wake up and like my brain would be hurting and I'd go back. But it was like I don't know what it was.
Doing
but
what?
Producing.
Like
yeah.
what? Making beats?
Making beats. Like because I had headphones on all day, and then when I would sleep, I would keep like professional headphones. Like I bought 1 pair.
Yeah.
And I would keep it on. And this was not even like with the interface and stuff. This was like one of those like just aux. Just plug it into my laptop aux, right? And I would sleep and I'd be listening to, at the time, like I'd listen to my favorite music and just like all night, all day. I'd fall asleep with it on. Like it was just, and my ears would be.
How loud are they?
Way too loud. I learned that stuff later.
Max?
Yeah.
While sleeping?
Maybe not max, but like the ringing was definitely there. And like I would burn out so quick and I would have to take breaks for like, or try to take breaks. Like I wouldn't even take the break. It's like I would just keep going. But now I got much healthier with it and stuff.
Yeah.
But like ever since that day, it's just never ended. And then it got to a point where I was able to manifest the sounds I'm hearing in my head. That was like the first time, my aha moment, you know. But like at first it happens innocently. Like I didn't realize I was manifesting the sounds that I heard in my head. I was like, I could do better. But like then a year later I go back and listen to it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like you were better then when you were more free. Now you're too critical.
Like, so you were talking about ethereal dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Were you having dreams then? And are there like a similar occurrence now? Like dreams. I want to be a producer. It's weird. Those dreams. I want to be an artist. Oh,
okay. No, now it's way different. Like I get lyrics and I get beats. Like I'll play the beat I made today, but that literally, it wasn't while I was asleep, but it was like I was limbering on sleep, right? And I heard like this, like 4-bar loop in my head, right?
Yeah.
And like it had like vintage drums on it, and like the 808 needs to be like, it needs to like, like it was a long 808 and it didn't have a short end. It was immediate cut and stuff. But like literally that sound that I heard in my head, like it's weird that it happened just before this podcast, but I made like 2-3 beats before you came, and this last beat that I was making, it's that sound. It's like it matches up so quickly. I was like, it matches up so nicely to what I was hearing in my head, and then immediately like I was started like just freestyling over and stuff, and the fucking theme of the song was like I was literally saying like watch me, like remember what you say, I'm dreaming, you know, like that was content of the song. And that's also why I told you like let's make a podcast
about
on dreams.
dreaming.
Yeah.
So why are you critical now versus before?
Critical now versus before.
You said now you're so critical about yourself versus before you were more free. I just used to have
like, I think when I try to, I'm more conscious. I've never been a confident person. I think that definitely plays, but like there's a blindness at the start where I was just like, I knew I had to do it, and I knew I didn't have the time to afford having doubt and stuff, right? So I was always telling myself like, I'll deal with all the bullshit that comes with it later. But somewhere along the path, like my inner voice got hijacked by society's expectations and stuff, I guess.
Your inner voice got hijacked by society's expectations.
But I think that's a natural thing that happens as you get older and stuff. Like it's not natural, but it's like you have to actively understand that people are going to be like, oh dude, like you should get fucking serious about this, you get serious about that and stuff. Yeah. I don't what are your thoughts on like
being too critical?
Being too critical, and also like do you find that how much does the outside influence the inside?
Okay. How much does outside influence the inside? I think that a huge reason why I was searching for God and wanted to build a relationship with him was because there's a concept where the person who God sees when he created you and when he looks at you is someone far beyond what society thinks of you and what even yourself, like what you think of you. Like he thinks you're right now, you're the person who you wish you could be, but you're that person right now. And it's called like eternal perspective. Like you should look at yourself right now and be like, I'm that guy now. The guy who you're going to become, that's you right now. Yeah. But society doesn't think that highly of you. So if you don't have that hierarchy of, if you care about others more than you care about yourself, more than you care about God, more than you care about the people who believe in you, then you'll never amount to anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can only go as far as your idol allows you to.
Wow. So it's I was going to just mention the word idol because you used it previously, and like you said like, I don't know exactly what it was along the lines of, but like something about if you don't have God, like something else becomes the idol.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're given your own garden that you can plant seeds, like faith, like we talked about, you know, grow fruit and share with the world, whatever. But a lot of people tend to idolize like whatever you do, like celebrities or friends or family or just different people who don't, not consciously, but they don't really care about you to the extent that you care about yourself or that God cares about you. Yeah. So you just become a plant in their garden. Instead of having your own garden, you just become something that's a part of theirs. And you're dependent on how much they feed you, how much they nurture you, how much they encourage you or give you that sense of reassurance. But you cannot grow past them. It's impossible.
Because it's just like you put them as like the top.
The top. So it's like you can't pass the top. That's your ceiling. So once you find God, there is no ceiling. And that's why it's important to understand, what do you idolize? Who do you care about most? Yeah. Because that's what's kind of binding you from becoming who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Like, do you ever watch UFC and stuff?
Yeah. Okay. I started last year a little bit.
Yeah. So many fighters, after their fight, they're always thanking God and stuff, right? Yeah. It's like to be like in that mind state where you're going in, you don't know if you're going to be injured forever. Like you could die, you know, like you're fighting in front of everybody and like you could lose in a horrific fashion and stuff, right? But it's like a lot of these guys get their power. Literally, they harness it from believing in God. Like it lets them push past everything else. Like,
not gonna lie, I'm thinking about Habib.
Habib he's definitely one of them. He's the one when you
don't
think of that.
play with that guy, bro. I'm trying to tell you that serious faith, and you gotta have You said something too, like I'm ready to die. Like I remember Israel Adesanya said, "I'm prepared to die. I'm ready to die here." And like, when you have nothing to lose, you can't be stopped, bro. Like, this is a super off topic, but my cousin was reading his favorite manga. It's called Baki. A lot of people know Baki now.
Oh, I love
but
Baki.
Yeah, a lot of people know Baki now. So, but in the manga right now, Jack's getting ready to fight, and he's doing bear steroids, putting bear needles in his arm, eating bear, He's just jacking himself up. And this one butler that was supposed to bring him food was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, don't you feel like ashamed of yourself for like doing all these steroids? Like, don't you think like that's cheating? He's like, don't you think it's cheating to eat? Doesn't eating make you stronger? Doesn't water hydrate you? Like, it's just a matter of perspective, like the way you look at it. And I told my cousin it's because that butler or like a lot of people can't see themselves in that person's shoes. It's like when people look at someone that's like maybe gay or lesbian or whatever, or like trans. Like, obviously it doesn't matter if you support it or not. It's like, if I was you, I would hate myself. I could not be able to walk outside like certain, like being blind or whatever. It's like, how do you even live with yourself? Like, it's because you're too weak to be that person. You know what I'm trying to say? In a way. So it's
speaking of like somebody's sexuality and stuff, right? Like my best friend.
Yeah.
He's a gay person.
Okay.
And I had to deal with partly of that, like from a third person point of view, right? Just like understanding like how much frustrations he has to go through, how much judgment he has to go through on a day-to-day basis.
That's really interesting still. That's really interesting.
Yeah, like and just seeing how much pain people have put him through. And like obviously me, like in a way, just like it doesn't matter, just straight dude and stuff. Like when I'm like sitting with like just straight people and stuff, like sometimes just like the level of homophobia and stuff, right? I hear, like, I understand, I'm fully with like you should be able to make jokes about everything and stuff, but there's an angle to everything. I feel like sometimes the shit I hear is just so appalling, and it makes me be like, where do I put my foot down, you know? And where do I go, like, yo, what the fuck, you know?
Bro, sometimes when it goes to certain extremes, it becomes ego more than the actual cause. Like, when people talk about, is Jesus black, is Jesus white? Yeah. And then I was so interested. I'm like, yo, I went to my teacher because I was dogs with my religion teacher in high school. I'm like, yo, is my family keeps talking about around like the tables, like, oh, is Jesus black, is Jesus white? I hear people talk about it all the time. And he's like, black, white. Once you go that far, it has nothing to do
with the original message.
With the original message, it becomes like your personal vendetta or ego, or like, oh, he has to be black, he has to be white. It's like, so what if he's white? Now what? You don't worship him no more? You don't like him? Like, because he's white? It's like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just love him. Who cares what color he is? Just love who he is. You know what I'm saying? And stop getting out your head. Yeah. It's
been a forever thing, but we definitely do exist in a world that's hyper focused on identity nowadays, you know? Like, it's almost restricting in a way to just, like, I catch myself in it too, like, where I'll just be like, oh, you know, it's, even if you're thinking positively, like, categorizing by fucking race or whatever, or like by sex, like you're being sexist or racism and stuff, right? Even if you're not thinking of it from a negative point of view, you know? Like, it's like when you it's like, no, I'm me and you're you, and like everything else, it's like, yeah, there's things you can obviously realize things about yourself, but it doesn't matter or contribute to anything unless you help improve the condition. Like, I don't know.
So now that we see how flawed society's point of view is, what's stopping you from achieving that first tier? Like,
nothing.
Like how we talk about nothing to lose. I'm prepared to die in this arena. Yeah. Lock into that, bro. Like, lock into that first step. Forget all the rest of the tiers. Forget everyone else. Zone in on that first step.
Yeah.
and nothing to lose, like all in. I'm doing this first step, whether it kills me. Like,
Yeah.
just put in all your energy and just doing it. Who cares
Mhm.
if it's perfect, if it's bad? It's just the start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
just the
yeah.
beginning.
100. Yeah. Yeah.
What matters is that you just commit.
Yeah.
The consistency, it will work itself out, and you'll become better and better and better. But don't expect, like, humble yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't think, oh, it has to be at this level and this tier and this. Forget that. Just start.
Yeah. 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 But like, yeah. No, you're 100% right. I just think I'm so like, I guess, avoidant and hesitant and stuff that it's like I set the rest of my life up as like almost like a fake crutch, like I'm about to be 4th year into my career in archaeology. And it's like, sure, I love it, but it's like at the end of the day, like every moment, every bet that I get with clarity, it's like I already know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm literally wasting time. Like, I'm in a month and a half, I got to go back. The field season starts, and it's like I've been contemplating like just not going back, and I'm like, I don't care. Like my means to survive is so low. Like I don't need the money right now. I don't need anything right now. Like if anything, it's genuinely for other people and like to help them out and stuff, and like to give money to my parents and like. But at the same time, it's like if I already know what I'm supposed to be doing, why shouldn't I? Because when we're talking about the first tier of your dream, like I'm not paralyzed by that. That's like I think I could achieve that comfortably by putting the time in. Not even like the time has been put in, but like the time in to just finish, polish, make things presentable and stuff, right? Like the not fun parts, like getting analytical and stuff. But I don't even know what we're talking about. Maybe like
we're talking about you taking that first step.
Yeah,
and
that's it. I'm gonna do
excuses.
it.
You know what I'm saying? You started creeping in little things like
just fucking talking in circles and stuff like
that.
Yeah. How about for you? Like, how does having a dream in the sense that like I know you could think about it every day, you could do it every day. There's mediums to achieve it and stuff, right? But it's like, do you have a schedule? Is it regimented? Or does that, like, does a schedule work in your favor or against you?
When it comes to my dream, nothing's certain right now. Like, I'm literally just doing whatever. Like, there's so much more I could be doing. Like, a lot of people told me, nah, you got to start TikTok. A lot of people told me, you got to get the studio. A lot of people told me, you got to do all these certain things.
Yeah.
And I want to do those things, but I'm still kind of working it out in my head.
Yeah.
But that's not an excuse to just keep going. Like, keep doing whatever I can do at the moment, like whatever my capacity is. And like I said, it comes with humility. A lot of people think, oh, in order for me to start, I got to have all these different accounts. I got to have this big studio.
There's literally a desk in that room right there. It's not locked up. Like, just fucking go sit there,
Bro, nah, chill.
Why?
Chill. Actually, I'll think about it. I'll talk to someone. I'll
Okay.
talk to, but
yeah.
It's just having that schedule and like, build it after you start, but don't let all that stuff stop you from starting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing to start. You don't need no studio. You don't need no different pages. You don't need no TikTok. Just start. Like,
yeah.
That's also what's important too.
Yeah, you just start. And I don't know, there's something I was thinking of saying, but it totally slipped my mind. It's gonna circle back later though, I guess.
Well, what priority is your dream on right now?
Oh,
Like,
that just sparked the thought. A dream is not something that's separate from you. A dream is a lived experience. Like it is you, and you can't categorize your dream as a part-time thing. Like people are like, it's like somebody telling me just do it as a hobby. It's like, no, it's my fucking dream.
Yeah.
Like it's me.
Oh yeah, you're sparking a thought in me too.
That's me. That's real.
Trust me.
That's a real me.
So when growing up, we don't understand how much the system benefits us, how much we've been dependent on this system to do what they want us to do. That as soon as you start living like the life you're supposed to live or doing your own thing,
Yeah.
You don't get like, all right, now you have to create your own motivation, your own priority list, your own determination. You're like, you just feel so lazy and just, oh, I can't do nothing for myself. I can't build this or do that. But as soon as someone asks you to do something, it's like all your energy comes back to do that for them. As soon as your job wants you to do this, you do it with so much passion and effort. But then as soon as you want to do one little thing, like posting one song, it's like, I can't. Oh, so much blockades and everything, because that's just how you've been designed to be. Like, we were not made to live for ourselves.
Yeah.
To love ourselves and put ourselves first and to really go for our goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're made for them. So that's why.
If you're not the person, like, this is a very twisted view on society, but like, unless like how we're trying to, it's kind of like you're like everything you need to do is contained within you. But let's say you're starting a business or something, right? Or let's say a podcasting takes off and you need a crew or something. If you're not the one who has influence and can tell others, like hire them on a salary and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like tell others what to do, you're always going to be the one working for somebody. There's no like, if there is a middleman, it would be yourself sufficient, you know? Like there's no liminal ground where you're going to be like, sometimes I do something that they tell me to do, sometimes I do what I want to do, you know? It's like when it comes to living, like, cuz we live in a society, obviously, like I don't know if a world could even exist without like money and stuff, right? It's like, you also got to look at it from that angle too. Like, if you're not the one receiving something from somebody, you're doing something for someone who they might not even be living their dream. They might just be doing something for some other reasons, you know? Like, but if you're not the person, like, you have to make sure that you're the person. You have to have the mentality that you can be a person who can command, like, and like commanding, not even in a negative sense. Like, it's not about control and stuff. It's about being able to create the world for yourself. And then you can have that mindset, like people who you command and stuff. You're like, okay, what do you want to accomplish and stuff? And you can facilitate them even. I think like stuff that's like more in the art realm, like a podcast or making music and stuff, like stuff that's like honestly not you can't really hold it in your hands and stuff as much, right? It's like, I feel like these are good avenues, even though when you go on the internet and stuff, it says like they say like the music world is like fucked up with contracts and labels and stuff.
What I hear from you is, once you step into your destiny, you must become a leader, or you'll always end up a follower.
Yeah, I think that if you like, that's
even if you
reduction
can kind of convince yourself you're living your dream.
Yeah.
If you really take it in, you're probably following another person. You're probably following a certain archetype, a certain person who kind of ends up leading your crew of what you guys are supposed to be doing. Like, if you don't have that mindset of where we're going.
Yeah. Okay. That's why it's so important to say your dream out loud. It separates you. Like, it's freeing, you know? Okay. Let's talk high tiers, you know? High tier. Like, I think this is an important time to talk about. What's the maximum potential you feel for yourself? You know, I said mine. I guess you said yours too, but I guess we could.
No, I didn't. I don't think I said mine like that.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah. Okay, you go first.
What's my dream? Highest tier? My peak? Oh man.
Right in this moment, you know, like.
I always tell myself I want to be strong enough to pull people out of their pit without falling in. That's kind of my dream, to be able to speak to people or to go so deep into their life that no matter what darkness they bring on me or no matter what situation I'm in, I know myself that I'll never get caught up in whatever's going on. I could pull them out. So I want to just have a platform that I could speak to people. And anyone that hears me can like rest on me or depend on me, and I could just be able to just be that shoulder they could lean on and pull them out of whatever is going on, and just kind of be a brand of just revival.
That like and I that's why that's crazy, because like the self-work for that, it's like you're always battling in your own mind to make sure that like the outside, like we're talking about society and stuff, right, can't impact on, like, you need to have like literally a superpower to be able to remain like stoic and like be able to listen. This sounds like almost like actually it's a bad comparison. I was gonna say therapy, but like realer, you know. But
something like that, I guess, bro. But
no, that makes it sound like that doesn't make it sound right.
no,
That's not a good
therapy's hard though.
analogy.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm kind of cheating. I'm not saying something no like concrete or finite. I'm kind of talking abstract. But
Yeah, abstract. Yeah.
I want to grow that people can kind of come into my brand and feel rejuvenated and feel like a sense of power that they can take control of their life.
Yeah.
But I got to be strong enough that they can look at me and feel that reassurance, like, all right, if this guy can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also why it's so important for you to be documenting now and like just even like releasing stuff that you recorded in the past and stuff, right? Like you've been on this path. This is not something you woke up and you're like, I'm gonna do this today for the money.
Hey, bro, this has been in the making. Like this has been thinking
why?
about it. And
like, why do you think you feel that way? Does it have to do with like a younger version of yourself? Like,
yeah, because someone even asked me this recently. I'm gonna get him on the podcast too. Trust me. But like, I was talking to him at church, and he was like, "Yo, where'd you get this mindset from that you kind of can see everyone else's perspective and live in everyone else's shoes? You can create this space that like it's just so freeing to talk to you because this guy, he's different, you know what I'm saying? But like, he has a great mind, right? And I picked up on it. And the more and more he talked to me, the more and more he could just kind of be free and let loose and all that. And I was telling him, I'm like, in high school, my fun came from talking to people. Like, I would just meet someone, doesn't matter, guy, girl, doesn't matter who it is. Even better with girls, like, just talking to them, starting off, hey, what's up, da-da-da-da, and then 2 hours, an hour later, they're telling me everything, like, everything, bro. Some stuff that they never even told their family, their best friends, like, it's just letting it all out. And back in the day, like grade 9, 10, bro, I would tell all the mandem everything I heard. But then that comes into great power, comes with great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I kind of learned after high school, like, okay. This is actually serious. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so much fun to me. Like, that was great. Like, that was life. Like, if I ever got to have a great conversation with someone, I felt like content for the whole day, for the whole week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just something that I just take pride in and I love. And I ended up kind of taking it way more seriously after high school. Like, when I would talk to people, I would tell myself, like, you better not tell a soul anything this person told you. And I would just kind of check up on them and keep helping them. And that's how I kind of grow my friendships and stuff, my relationships and everything.
Do you think it ever ends up like one-sided though, where you're like, you have to do a lot of helping and stuff, and it's like,
oh, yo, bro,
that's not fair. Like, you gotta have boundaries too.
I don't know if it was Andrew Tate or who it was that kind of taught me that girls will use the emotional available guy to kind of make up for what their boyfriend's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man could just treat a girl like foolishness, like trash, but they still want to be with him because of what his good qualities. But so they'll use me as like a crutch, like, all right, I'll just go to Isaiah and just dump all my frustrations, all my anger. I don't really care about his life. I'll just dump everything on him because I know he'll take it. And I know he's able to like deal with it. That did make me tough though. But at the same time, and made me able to do the things I do now. But at the same time, you have to know when you're being used. You have to know like if the relationship's not going back and forth, and that if people are just using you for their benefit and don't really care about how you feel or anything like that. But so that guy, he opened up, right? And he ended up telling the same story he told me that day. He sent it on WhatsApp to like a lot of different people because he was like, it just felt so freeing, you know what I'm saying, when he talked to me. And that's kind of what my brand is. Like, I just want to create a space that anyone could come talk to me and just open up. And by the end of it, I want them to gain the power to live their life.
Oh, okay, here. I have a question. We could cut it out. It's like off topic, but on topic.
Okay.
Like, you're comfortable with mentioning figures who are extremely controversial? Like, you just said, like, Andrew Tate, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Like, are you ever like, yo, fuck? Like, I mean, nobody says stuff that's 100% all the time wrong.
You trying to bring up Andrew Tate?
What?
You trying to bring
Yeah,
up Andrew Tate right now?
no,
Or who
no.
are you trying to bring up?
I'm talking about Andrew Tate, even Jordan B. Peterson and stuff. Like, they have they're very controversial figures, you know. Like, and if you associate yourself with them, people are gonna assume you're one way, you know. Like, they think you're very linear thought based, you know, or you just don't give a fuck.
Bro, I don't even think those guys are controversial, to be honest with you.
That's crazy. You're 100%.
I don't think those guys
Eventually,
are controversial.
like, you would get backlash for saying that shit.
I don't think those guys are controversial. But
Yeah.
like they do say things, but I feel like people are just bugging. Like I feel like sometimes when you know what you're doing, you'll say things that kind of stir people up. Like you could say it in an easier way, but you'll say it specifically like that because I know people will react. So you gotta know when they're just kind of get the main idea.
Yeah.
Because remember, I hear people out. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah. No. Same. Like, I would. There's not something I would. I mean, I guess this is admitting it, but like, I don't really count anything out, you know, because like I trust myself and I trust that I'm gonna pick up good shit out of the things I want to hear.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like it comes down to the brand and stuff, you know, like you could run into problems if you're like, yo, this dude said something and it was valid what they said in that time.
I say people drop gems, not directions. You need to know the direction for
crazy.
your own life.
Okay, that
But
was the wisdom out of that part, bro.
That
People-
oh
yo, that's
yeah. People drop gems, not directions. So
Wow.
like,
yeah,
if you know what direction you're heading in, doesn't matter who you come across.
yeah,
Take the good, leave the bad. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like anyone can help you because everyone has a book, everyone has a story, and there's just one little part that it's like you might need that piece of wisdom for something later on down the line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just keep an open ear. I don't really pay attention to too much of the other the nonsense. Just pick up what you need to and just keep moving, just keep pushing.
That changed my mindset a little bit about like how to receive information. Like, stick to the gems and stuff. Like, the things that are supposed to speak to you will speak to you, and you'll know it's true because like you spend your whole life thinking, you know, and like things fit in that engine if you're on the right track, you know.
Yep.
That's crazy.
The dream track, man.
Yeah.
Okay, this was cool.
Mhm.
How was episode 2? What's the difference between the first time we did this and now that you can think of right now?
I don't know what your mentality is like coming in to start a podcast and stuff, but for me it's like I feel like my daily moods fluctuate so much, so like every podcast could be like today I was incredibly anxious the whole day, you know, and then like I feel like talking right now and stuff, when I do this stuff, like it's like I feel calmer.
Yeah.
But the first time we did it, it was just like, I don't know, I was just in a different state. I was more
Yo,
like, I think I was more grounded, more wise in the first one.
I think we're literally the complete opposite then, because the
Yeah.
first time we did it, I was like, this is like do or die, game point, game. Yo, I felt the pressure, bro. I'm like, yo, let's do this. I'm like, yo, lock in season, bro. I'm just,
Yeah.
But this time, I kind of came in like whatever. Like
Yeah.
I felt the consistency.
Yeah.
The first time was commitment. That was just like, yo, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, I'm thinking of, there's gonna be more times in the future. You know, I don't gotta hit every single bucket right now. I
Yeah.
could just kind of flow with it, let whatever
But
happens
the mentality
happen.
should be like, the mentality should be like, you're calm, you're not stressed about it or nothing.
Yeah.
But like, in the back of your head, you gotta be like, bucket. You know, like, you gotta be like, you still gotta show up and play the best that you can.
Right.
Yeah. Are you with that? Like,
No,
Or
literally,
are you
you know
just
what
like-
popped up into my head?
what?
That room still. Like, you got me thinking like, bro, am I like tripping? Can I start my studio right now, bro? But
Yeah.
for me, it's just, bro, I tend to have blind faith in a lot of certain people. Like, if you show me some positive trademarks, like,
Mm-hmm.
especially because of all the BS in this life and people and all that, like, if
Yeah.
I see something in you,
Yeah.
I'll put like complete faith in you. And right now, I have faith that this won't be the last time that we speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I don't feel that pressure at all to get everything right.
Yeah.
It's just let's just continue and see where this goes.
Yeah, yeah. If we're speaking like that, same. It's like I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like I just say it. Like I might sound like a fool. That was the first thing actually. The first podcast, like when we were about to listen to it back, like I came to you like literally like 20 minutes later. I was like, yo, this, you know. And you're like, dude, fuck it.
Like, bro, I'm past that point. Like,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah.
And I was literally thinking as you were talking about, like I got give money to my mom and I got this and I got that and I got this 4-year this, and you're just bringing up all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking of these certain podcasts, like shout out Just Different Podcasts, bro. Like these people at their beginning, like their first 10 episodes, just breaking down so much that you need to understand. And one of the episodes that I was thinking that you should watch after this, I'll send it to you, is Do You, They'll Adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think your piece in a lot of things like matters so much,
yeah.
but if you remove yourself, you will be replaced. Because at the end of the day, like I know people too that give money to people, right?
Mhm.
But they don't increase their life. Like you think
Yeah.
that you matter so much to this person,
Yeah.
but if you remove yourself, that person will still stay the same, or they could go up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you're not the breaking point. You're not the do or die.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that you feel like a huge obligation with a lot of different people in your life, a lot of different occupations, maybe your archaeology job and stuff. But if you remove yourself, I promise you they'll continue on. Like I promise you they'll continue on like you never left. They'll know how to adjust themselves.
Yeah.
But you need to focus on doing you first. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You need to
yeah.
put the priority as God or your dream
Yeah.
or like
It's a mix. I think one thing that I'm getting convinced of is the importance of when you have a dream to have blind faith, but then also faith in you can't. I could have my favorite people, but you can't have idols. You know, like I can't look at somebody and be like, "Yo, I'll never be like them," because
you're done right there.
yeah,
You're done.
yeah,
Just
that's it.
Fam,
That's
call it a day. You're
yeah,
done. You're
yeah,
done.
That's game over without
You're
even.
done. You're done.
Yeah, you
You're
gotta be
done.
yourself authentically.
Yeah, man. Where we at? What we doing?
We're at 52 minutes this time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, I
What-
thought we were at like 36.
No. 52.
Bro, I did not
Are we
think.
trying to fill it into the hour? Or are we trying to hit that point?
Nah, bro, I already said. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when I say this, it's like,
It's
well,
done.
we could, though. If you have something that you could bring up right now that's serious. We could, actually. Do you want to?
We could try. If not, just like buy piece cut. You know,
Yeah, cut it.
Yeah.
So cut it.
cut it.
Yeah. But
All right. You got any closing remarks?
long story short, can we do by next episode? You have the song out,
Whoa.
so then we can come out and tell them where
Whoa.
it's at by next episode to kind of put that. You don't say your dream out loud. Accountability.
Yeah, I don't want to
pressure.
say that and then just like
Yeah,
be,
yeah, and
be
not
curving
do-
you every single time. You're
Yeah,
like, yo,
I know,
yeah,
but that's up to you. That's up to
Yeah.
you. What do you want to give yourself a time frame? Or you want to do next week?
maybe not.
Wait, hold on. No, forget that. Are you able to do it by next week? Is it possible? Because I don't really understand. There's a lot more that goes into music than podcasts. Is it possible for that song to be out next week?
Like a rough version, yeah, probably.
What does a rough version mean?
Like,
Acceptable version to you. Like,
yeah, just like something I could hear the potential in. I'm like, okay, I need somebody to like get a second ear. Like somebody who could mix it. You could add stuff like, and make it polished and make it sound good. So it doesn't just sound good on my speakers. It sounds
Okay.
good in a car.
so
That's my like holy grail for this stuff is like, always go back to like when you're driving, right? And like you're driving by yourself and you're like
Yeah.
in that mood, like things in that mood where you could like listen to. It's like that's where I would love it if I could listen to my own shit, be like, yo, like I feel something.
you know what's crazy? It doesn't matter now. We'll probably bring this up next week, but I just took in this episode's called Dreams, and
Yeah.
there's this show I watched that's all about dreams. It's literally I talked about it in not a word, but
Yeah.
there's actually so much that comes into dreams that we could have talked about. But
Mhm.
I feel like it's good what we have though.
Yeah. I got one more thing I want to add. Like this is about me and my own accountability. The hesitance. I'm gonna work on ending that, but like I think one way to start it is like, the lowest tier. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do the lowest tier this year. I'm gonna know the ins and outs. I'm gonna be able to record people. I'm gonna find some way to get some songwriting credit, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release my own shit. Like that's a done and given.
Bro, you're
you
gonna
know?
release it next week.
Okay, we'll see.
Rough
see.
version, no, but no, we'll see, bro. Like you're gonna release it next week. This title,
Maybe we could fit it into like a snippet at the end of the podcast or something.
this podcast episode. Oh, that's what we could do.
Yeah, like it's not like officially done
Yeah.
or anything. Yeah.
Okay,
But, like, yeah, you could just.
we'll do that for
release
part
it.
3. We'll do that for the next time.
Okay, that actually sounds like.
That actually sounds like a plan still.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do like no full
Yeah.
thing, just a little something, like a 20-second something, anything.
Yeah, whatever I have done. No, that's a really good idea.
All right.
Mhm.
So that's how we're gonna end this off, man.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
All
gonna
right.
cut it.
Peace.
Peace.